Hello fellow cravers, it's me GD here, and March has been a brilliant month when it has come to gaming. We've had Sea of Thieves, of course, one of my favourite games this year. We've had A Way Out, which looks a lot of fun, and of course Far Cry 5. But now we are coming to the end of March, and it's time to have a look at what is coming out over the next month. So here we are with 5 of the most anticipated games for April. So sit back and enjoy.
Crushing armies, laying waste to humanity. Centuries ago, this war was fought by an ancient order. Now, the threat has returned.
So do you enjoy games where you're the itty bitty person versus the gigantic thing? To be honest, it looks like you've got no chance of defeating. So things like, say, Shadow of the Colossus or the Attack on Titan series is another good example there. Then I have a game that I recommend to you first of all, and that is a game called Extinction. It's from Iron Galaxy, who brought us the reboot of Killer Instinct on the Xbox One and the PC. And the point of the game is that you control a character called Avion, who is an agile fighter who is trying to protect Earth and humanity itself from an army of massive monsters that he has to take down one by one. And how do you take them down by one? Simple enough. You climb on their backs and start cutting them apart piece by piece. So the game is available on April the 10th. It's going to be available on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC. And like I said, it does remind me a lot of Shadow of the Colossus. So for people who are on Xbox One and I think PC as well, this is probably going to be the closest you are going to be getting to a Shadow of the Colossus game. So I do recommend, if you do like these kind of games, I do recommend picking.
はるかがカムロ町で事故に遭った。生きるか死ぬかの怪我だ。どういうことだ。はるかカムロ町にいたのか。
私は世の中を甘く見てたんだと思う。おじさんはそれをよく分かってたから、きっと刑務所に行ったの。さよなら。
Over its lifetime, the PlayStation have had many great series on its platforms, from Jak and Dexter to Uncharted, all the way to its racing series Gran Turismo. But one series in particular has been hugely popular in its country of origin of Japan, and that is the Yakuza series. With the 7th main entry being released in Japan over a year ago now, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, is finally hitting the UK and US shores this April. With the main plot this time, you're following Kazuma Kiryu, who over the past 3 years has been under lock and key. Now released, he has discovered that Haruka, his adoptive daughter, has gone missing. So he has returned in search for her, only to find out that she has been left in a coma after a hit-and-run incident. Also, she has a newborn son called Haruka. Unsure whether Haruka will recover from her injuries, Kiryu travels with the baby to Hiroshima to uncover the mystery of what happened to Haruka during his 3-year absence. This game is going to be an exclusive title on the PlayStation 4 and is releasing on April the 17th.
This darkness is a disease, a rot that takes hold and spreads to every part of me. And I fear I will follow in your footsteps. I am alone and scared. I beg for your guidance. Before the darkness takes me, I see you. No.
So last year on the PlayStation 4 there was so many great story-driven games, and one in particular is now going to be coming over to the Xbox One this April. That is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Developed by the team Ninja Theory, who also brought us Heavenly Sword and Enslaved Odyssey to the West, you take control of Senua, a picked warrior from Orkney, arriving on the border of Helheim in a quest to save the soul of her dead lover Dylan from the goddess Hela. Now Senua also believes that she suffers from a curse and hears voices in her head commenting on her every action, but one voice in particular is the narrator, who is also aware of the player's presence and talks to them. Now, I highly recommend picking up this game if you haven't played it yet. It's got such great combat, but also a great story-driven game that also brings a lot of awareness on psychosis, and many games don't actually do that. This one in particular is worthy of picking up. The game is going to be available on the Xbox One on April the 10th. Right, first of all, let me explain myself why I've put this in the interesting list. First of all, this game is Nintendo Labo. It's coming out on April the 27th in 2 different packs. You've got the Variety Pack, which includes kits for RC car, the motorbike, house, piano and the fishing line, and the second pack, which is the Robot Pack, which is basically one thing, which is the robot suit thing that you've seen in many pictures now for this game. Now, it's not the actual hardware that I'm interested in with this, it is actually the software, and in particular part of it which is known as Toy-Con Garage mode, which, if you don't know what that is, it is simply letting older kids roll up their sleeves and fiddle with simple block-based programming to make their own games with the hardware itself. So by connecting dots between if and then statements, it's going to be easy for them to chain together commands that make, say, like make a noise if a button is pressed, or vibrate if the Joy-Con is turned face up. So like I said, this game is going to be available on April the 27th, yay, gentlemen free today, and it's of course going to be only available on the Switch. Also, I had a choice here, it was either this, again where I'm shooting love beams at girls, or South Park Fractured Butthole, and personally I'm always going to go down the new game route when it comes to these lists. Sorry guys.
Are you gonna do it?
I mean, what else was it going to be? Yes, God of War is back on the PlayStation this month. This is the 8th title in the series so far, but it is going to be the most drastically changed of them all. Instead of being set in Greek mythology, it's going to be set loosely based on the Norse mythology, and this time Kratos is not going to be alone. He's going to be joined by his son Atreus, who Kratos will be acting as a mentor and protector of, while he's mastering the rage that has driven him for many years. Now, it's not just the story that's going to be changed, but also the gameplay has been completely rebuilt for this game as well. No longer will Kratos be using his signature double chain blades. Instead, he'll be using a magical battle axe called a Leviathan Axe. And also, the camera is going to be changed. Instead of being a fixed cinematic camera, this time it's going to be over-the-shoulder free camera, as you can see in the footage in the background right now. This is God of War. It is going to be available on April the 20th, and like I said, it is only going to be coming out on the PlayStation 4. So there you have it. That is the 5 games that caught our interest for April. If you think there's any games that we've missed from our list, please tell us in the comments below. We want to find out what games you guys are looking forward to over the next month. And of course, subscribe to us here at Graveyard Game and like the video. We want to find out what you guys think of this format. We're trying to do more of these for the channel as well. And of course, for more lists, we've got these 2 here. We've got the top one, which is the 5 video game mothers that make us glad on our mothers, and of course, from last month, the 5 games that we were interested in coming out in March. So, I am GD. I am going to disappear, and I'm going to go and play some Sea of Thieves. So until next time, goodbye everybody.